Dear students, if someone asks you that which are the 10 most important articles of the Indian Constitution, then which articles will you name? So let us see the most interesting, the most important 10 articles of the Indian Constitution that you must remember on any given day as a UPSC Civil Services exam aspirant. The first article that we can say is Article 1. Why? Because this article, first of all, it defines the territory of India. And you all know that for any country, the territory of the country is the most important resource that a country owns. It defines a nation, it defines a state, it decides the existence of that country, of that nation. So for us, our territory is defined by Article 1. Second, Article 1 also gives a name to our country. It calls us as India, that is Bharat. Third, this article explains that we are a union of states rather than a federation of states. So you all know that in our constitution, the use of the word federation or federal has been deliberately avoided. So Article 1 defines or describes India as a union of states. So it also denotes the type of federation that we are. So we are not a strict federation as that of United States of America. Second article that we can name will be Article 3. Because this is the article which contains the procedure to reorganize the political map of India. If you have to make changes in India's political map internally, that means creating new states by dividing a state, bifurcating a state, trifurcating a state, upgrading a UT to a state, or downgrading a state to a UT, which has been done recently in 2019, or if we have to change the name, area, or boundary of a state, then all these actions can be performed under the procedure given in Article 3. So Article 3, that is why, becomes a very important article. Then the next article that we can name will be Article 14, which talks about a very important concept, that is equality before law, which includes within itself the concept of rule of law. You all know that for a very long time in the human history, legal equality was absent. It was not uncommon to have different laws for people of different communities. In fact, even criminal laws used to be different for different people. So this is the article of Indian Constitution which establishes legal equality या लॉ के सामने समानता, कि लॉ किसी में डिफरेंशिएट नहीं करेगा, लॉ सबको इक्वली ट्रीट करेगा. That is Article 14. Next article we can name, fourth article we can name will be Article 19. Now this is the article which gives us the freedom of speech and expression. Although Article 19 contains 6 freedoms, but I am referring to specifically to Article 19 Clause 1 Subclause A, freedom of speech and expression. अब इस आर्टिकल को हम क्यों इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं इस लिस्ट में? क्योंकि ऐसा मानते हैं कि ह्यूमंस आर दी ओनली स्पीसीज which have the ability to communicate, to express their ideas, and this is what differentiates us from other animal species. तो एक इंसान के लिए, इंसान होने के लिए अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करने की आज़ादी होना ज़रूरी है, and that freedom, that liberty is given to us by Article 19. It is also one of the most founding principles of Indian Constitution. Next, fifth, We can call Article 21 also a very important article, because this article gives us the right to life and liberty. Again, basic right. It can even be called as a human right. That if I am born as a human, then I have a right to life as well as my personal liberty. Right? Next, after Article 21, we can say is Article 32. Sixth, Article 32. Now, why this right? Because this right not only talks about the types of writs that Supreme Court can issue for the protection of fundamental rights, this article also implicitly contains the power of judicial review. This article makes Supreme Court the custodian or the guardian of Constitution. So this article is important from three different points of view. First, it contains 5 types of writs that we can request the court, we can move the court for the issuance of these writs, for the protection, for the enforcement of our fundamental rights. Second, it gives Supreme Court the power of judicial review. And third, because of this article, Supreme Court is considered as the custodian or the guardian of the Constitution. Next article that we can mention is Article 142. This article is about Supreme Court's power, and that power is to pass any order, any judgment, any direction for the purpose of doing complete justice. पूरा न्याय करने के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट की पावर किसी भी लॉ से, किसी भी चीज़ से रेस्ट्रिक्ट नहीं की जा सकती। और आप जानते हो कि रिसेंट टाइम्स में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये पावर यूज़ करी है। जैसे इन द स्टेट ऑफ तमिलनाडु वर्सेस गवर्नर ऑफ तमिलनाडु 2025, जो रिसेंट इस साल का केस है, उसमें कोर्ट ने अपनी यही पावर यूज़ करके जो बिल्स पेंडिंग थे तमिलनाडु विधानसभा के, उनको क्या डिक्लेयर कर दिया, दैट दोज बिल्स विल बी डीम्ड टू रिसीव द असेंट ऑफ द president. So Article 142, that is why, is also a very important article. Next, 8th will be Article 246, because this article is the foundation of our federalism. This article talks about distribution of subjects or the powers between the union and the states. So this is the article which clearly defines the powers of union and the powers of states. Ninth article we can say is Article 356, which talks about President's rule, because this article is popularly called as one of the most misused, abused, or overused, simply if you want to say overused articles of the Constitution. Right? And the last article that we can name in this list, let me write here, number 10 will be Article 368, because it contains the procedure to amend our Constitution of India. So these we can shortlist. If we have to shortlist, and we can shortlist these 10 articles as the most important articles of the Constitution.